Hi everybody, I'm Laura. I'm a college student, full-time, taking all my online classes right now.
But behind the radiant smile, the lush green fields and the videos brimming with energy, corn is getting taller. There's rain on the way. And we have an enormous field to cultivate. Today are cracks, secrets, and stories never before revealed. She is not the person you once thought. She does not live the life you imagined. And perhaps what you are about to hear will completely change the way you view Laura Wilson. Laura Wilson, the name once synonymous with the imagery of Nebraska fields and videos flooded with sunlight that I just want to know, have you guys missed Baxter and Cooper content? Come here, baby. Say hi that has now become the focal point of an unprecedented media earthquake. Beneath that perfect facade lie secrets locked away for years. Truths that even she herself has always avoided. But once that gate is opened, there will be no escape for anyone involved. Everyone thinks I'm living a dream, but in reality, every day I'm just struggling to keep from falling apart. A confession quoted directly from the Farm for Profit podcast. This marked the first time in her career that Laura publicly admitted that the dream farm life was merely a glossy mask. That statement instantly triggered a seismic shock across social media. KSNB Local 4 ran a shocking headline. Farm Queen Laura Wilson imn't okay. Midwest Messenger remarked on Laura's confession statement that left the entire community stunned. The perfect castle she built over 5 years crumbled in just 12 seconds. TikTok erupted. The hashtag Laura K garnered 18 million views in just 72 hours. Reddit exploded with 12 simultaneous threads. Subreddits like farming, YouTube drama, real farmers were flooded with questions. Laura Wilson, fake or not, Facebook was ablaze with over 4,500 related posts in just 48 hours. The old anti-fan group, Stop Fake Farming Influencers doubled its membership. Twitter trended globally with 3 main phrases, #is Laura real? #fake farm girl #farming skin. The fan base split in two. Half defended her. At least she was brave enough to speak the truth. The other half was furious. We've been deceived for 5 years. YouTube overflowed with reaction, dissection, and exposed videos. Creator Insider commented, "This is the first time in the history of the farming influencer community that a confession has caused such a devastating earthquake. Mainstream media couldn't stay out of it." Egg Update headlined Laura Wilson, the truth behind the fields. KSNB Local 4 aired a special report. Farm Queen, real or fake, Midwest Messenger emphasized. Laura's statement is not just a personal confession. It's a slap in the face to the entire agricultural content creation industry on YouTube. The story grew increasingly heated when Irrigation Today posed the question. The issue isn't the statement itself. It's what lies behind it. Every viewer is now questioning, is Laura Wilson truly self-made? As she once claimed, Farm Journal warned, if Laura falls, this will be the biggest scandal in the history of agricultural influencers. The Farm Truth exposed. Fan page saw its followers skyrocket from 2,000 to 1,100 inches just 36 hours. Psychology Today promptly published an in-depth analysis, Perfect Farmer Syndrome. When building a false persona on social media becomes a self-destructive trap, the farming influencer industry itself was in turmoil. Creators like the Wild Farms Farmer and Grain Girl Diaries quickly released videos disclosing their scale, assets, and funding sources. All shared the same goal to avoid being dragged into the crisis vortex. Like Laura, the pressure weighed heavily on the entire industry. A update stated, "This is no longer the scandal of one individual. It's a crisis of trust across the entire farming influencer industry." Creator Insider concluded, "This moment will forever change how audiences perceive the farming influencer industry." In just 12 seconds, not only was Laura's scare shattered, but the entire industry entered an unprecedented hunt for the truth. So, who exactly is Laura Wilson? Is her past as pristine as the sparkling image once portrayed online? A childhood full of cracks. Childhood. Born in Marquette, Nebraska, Laura Wilson, real name Laura Carlson, grew up in the Carlson family. Owners of their region's largest farm spanning over 2,000 acres with 3 John Deere tractors, a pivot irrigation system worth over $1.3 million, and agricultural real estate valued at approximately $4.3 million as of 2024. From a young age, her life was overshadowed by invisible pressures from fame, tradition, and deep-seated family fractures. Her father, Cale Carlson, was an icon in the Nebraska farming community, renowned for his conservative demeanor, iron discipline, and extreme strictness. Beyond running Carlson Farms, he was a veteran member of the Hamilton Agricultural Cooperative Council from 1998 to 2021. His family upheld a steadfast philosophy. Lud is the farm. There is no room for failure here. Laura began working on the farm at age 7, learning to check irrigation systems, apply fertilizer, and clean storage facilities. By age 10, she was taught to drive a tractor as part of a rigorous training process. Megan Carlson, her mother, was the first woman in 5 generations of Carlsons not to directly manage the farm. She suffered from severe postpartum depression. According to data from the local hospital cited by Agabdi, Megan was admitted for psychiatric treatment twice. Once Laura was 9 and again when she was 12. Both instances were related to anxiety disorders and clinical depression. With no emotional anchor from her mother, Laura faced her father's harsh training head-on. She was forced to master the entire pivot irrigation system, calculate fuel and fertilizer costs, and forecast high school yields based on soil moisture and weather data by age 13. While her peers enjoyed camping trips, Laura spent her time learning to operate silos, repair harvesters, and coordinate pesticide spraying schedules. In 2017, Marquette faced the worst crop crisis in 15 years. Corn prices plummeted 26%, soybeans dropped 19%, and a drought persisted for 48 consecutive days. A junior in high school at the time, Laura was forced to drop out for the second semester to help her family navigate the crisis. According to data from the Hamilton Education Department, she officially withdrew from Nebraska Christian School in the spring semester of 2017. After the harvest ended in September of that year, she returned to school and completed her program 3 months behind her peers. Some classmates told KSNB Local 4 that Laura was always the girl who smiled brightly in a crowd, but often sat silently at the edge of the ball field with a vacant stare. The guidance counselor at Nebraska Christian also shared with Midwest Messenger on the surface. Laura always seemed fine, but every time she entered the counseling room, she would cry silently for the first 10 minutes before saying a word. The pressure didn't come solely from her father, but also from the legacy of 5 generations of Carlsons. According to historical records at the Nebraska Agricultural Museum, Carlson Farms was founded in 1910 by Sven Carlson, Laura's great-grandfather, a Swedish immigrant, as the first daughter to come of age in the family. Laura was automatically expected to take over the entire estate. Cale Carlson once declared at a cooperative meeting, "This farm will belong to Laura alone, there is no other option." On the outside, Laura always appeared as the perfect model of a strong, independent, and passionate farm girl. But deep inside, she was caught in a whirlwind of tradition, family pressure, and childhood emotional wounds. Psychology Today analyzed that it's no surprise that Laura Wilson broke down every glossy image on social media. The smile amidst the fields, the perfect videos was merely a defense mechanism against a deeply wounded childhood. Data from Data Farm Analytics shows that 61% of Laura Farm's followers were unaware of her past. Even 74% admitted they felt deceived because they once believed Laura was an icon of independence. But the chain of tragedies didn't end there. Social media, the platform that once propelled Laura to the top, also became the force that pushed everything to an irreparable breaking point. A fabricated social media aura. On April 24, 2020, the YouTube channel Laura Farms was officially launched. The first video simply capturing Laura driving a tractor through a field unexpectedly exploded with over 1.2 million views in its first week. The channel started with just 2 subscribers, her father and husband, but surged to 1,200 overnight. A domino effect quickly spread. The YouTube channel grew beyond all expectations. Within 6 months, Laura Farms hit 100,000 subscribers. TikTok reached 25,000 followers and Instagram soared to 7,000 followers. By the end of 2021, Laura officially joined the top 5 farming influencers in the US. The media praised her lavishly. KSNB Local 4 called her the new generation agricultural icon. Egg Update, it published Laura Farms, the story of a girl who dared to dream and do. Midwest Messenger noted, farming has never been this exciting, thanks to Laura. Her image was crafted as the perfect archetype. A young woman leasing land, farming independently, running her farm, managing finances, and producing all her content. The quintessential American agricultural dream in the digital age. But the dark side of rapid fame soon surfaced. Less than a year later, Reddit saw its first thread titled Laura Farms Real or Fake. TikTok was flooded with comparison videos. Real farmers don't look like that. Questions swirled about why Asmal Farm possessed such advanced equipment. A Update conducted an independent investigation in 2024 and confirmed the Carlson family owned far greater wealth than Laura had ever disclosed on social media. The story of fleecing land starting from scratch was entirely inconsistent with her family's financial reality. Reddit rapidly spread a land map provided by the Hamilton Tax Bureau, proving that most of the land Laura was farming was actually owned by Carlson Farms since 1991. TikTok erupted with videos exposing the truth about Laura Farms. Public sentiment shifted from doubt to outrage. While storms raged externally, internally, everything was collapsing. In March 2024, tragedy struck when Papa Kurt, Laura's grandfather and her greatest spiritual mentor, suddenly passed away from a stroke while working on a tractor in the soybean field west of Marquette. The tribute video for Papa Kurt quickly became the most viewed clip in the channel's history with over 8.2 million views. But instead of receiving sympathy, the video faced heavy criticism. Anti-fans accused Laura of exploiting her grandfather's death to gain views, sell merchandise, and profit from pity. Reddit was flooded with threads like grieving for views, and TikTok was filled with mocking videos, RIP content, literally. From here, the scandal officially ignited. The hashtag #FakeFarmerL shot to the top trending spot within 10 days, reaching 12 million views in its second week. The anti-fan group Stop Fake Farming Influencers was officially formed, attracting over 900 members in just 2 weeks. It became the hub for all anti-Laura material: land maps from the Hamilton Tax Bureau, registration records for all equipment, analyses of revenue streams from ads, Patreon, YouTube, and merchandise sales. Notably, the forum released an audio recording from an agricultural conference where Laura's father, Cale Carlson, openly stated, "We invested all the equipment for Laura. It wasn't a cheap investment. But it's the future of her family." This milestone marked an irreversible turning point in Laura Wilson's career. But the storms didn't stop there. The most devastating blow was still waiting ahead. Total collapse. Grant Wilson, the man who stood by Laura's side for over 8 years, suddenly vanished from all of Laura's platforms. That he no longer appeared in any YouTube videos, Instagram photos, vlogs, live streams, TikToks, or even annual agricultural conferences. In early 2025, netizens quickly noticed that Laura had removed her wedding ring, the clearest sign that their marriage had fallen apart. This was further confirmed when Laura unfollowed Grant's TikTok and Instagram accounts, severing all public connections. At the same time, a second blow struck: a full-scale financial crisis erupted. KSNB Local 4 published a shocking tax report. Laura Farms owed over $8,200 in land taxes. A scanned copy of the debt notice from the Hamilton Tax Bureau was swiftly posted on the Real Farmer subreddit, verifying the entire report. Next came a fatal blow from Commerce. Chief Industries, her largest sponsor, issued a statement permanently terminating their contract with Laura Farms, citing serious violations of ethical standards and lack of transparency in content. The fallout was almost immediate. YouTube revenue plummeted 37%. Viewership nosedived and 12 videos were demonetized for violating policies on misleading advertising about agricultural equipment. Simultaneously, Patreon lost over 60% of its subscribers and merchandise sales. Shirts, hats, stickers dropped over 45% in the first quarter of 2025,